Yo, what's up? Me again, Broly. Just going down the road. Today's snow. What was the other day? Started the video a little earlier too. Like there's kind of like a main road right there. That's what I meant. Like it's kind of wooded, but it's not like we're not in the tundra. It's kind of nice, pretty beautiful, right? I don't know exactly how cold or whatever it is. I didn't really check, but I don't know. Kind of get used to it, you know, after. Like if you don't try to get it too warm in your house and get used to it being too warm, as long as you gradually do it, that's, you know, what you see. And I'm probably not gonna do any editing. You're just gonna get it. So like sometimes, I don't know, maybe it might be better edited, who knows. I'm just trying to keep it real at this moment, like just see if, you know, you guys actually want to hang with me and go for these walks and talks and shit. I mean, there's way more, like there's way more to what I do. It's not like just walking and talking. You know, walk, talk, I guess, basically kind of stuff. But I said through meditation, martial arts, but not a, I don't know, like whatever I'm doing it on my own, or with guidance from within, without, I don't know how to say it exactly. It's just because I've had so many conversations with people where I've tried to explain it, and because I don't really know, I'm just doing it and utilizing anything anybody else, like, you know, building myself towards the me I want to be. I believe we should all do that, you know. And that's kind of what this is. Mostly, like, you know, everyone should be able to look themselves in the mirror, or at least look back on their decisions and who they chose to be in situations or whatever, and be proud of themselves. They have a lot better communication that way. Because when everyone's like, you know what, I was exactly who I feel I should have been, or I wish I would, like, I'm proud of myself for being that, you know. It doesn't mean you go out and look for bad situations or whatever the moment was, you know. For some people it's standing up to something. For other people it's you know, moving past something. But yeah, I don't know, this feels amazing. I don't know if you can see it, but the snow's kind of just like melting off my eyelashes. It's pretty cool. It's like a little shower. Oh, and studying the body as a martial artist, and walking is one of probably my favorite full body exercises. I mean, people should do it a lot more. And it's cool because when you get out and you meet a bunch of people, and I don't mean a bunch of people like you just get out, you don't really care who you meet, you just don't judge them at all, and you just get to see what they are. Well, you find out, like, just let people be themselves around you. And they have a lot of different viewpoints on, like, what's a far distance to walk. For some, just out the door. For others, like, down to the corner. For others, a couple miles. Where do you draw the line? It's kind of interesting, just some of those, like, interesting topics, But after I shut my video off yesterday, this is what I meant by, like, how it's just interesting and life happens. I ran into a little kid, a young kid, he's like 15, whatever, going through it like everybody. And it would have made for an interesting video, but I don't know if, he was upset, crying and stuff like. Maybe that would have been a touchy thing, but I don't know. He just felt down, like he was, I guess he's making a bunch of mistakes, and nobody was letting him, try to learn from, I don't know how, but he was getting, beat down more for him than being able to, like, look at him and learn and grow from him, or that's what he felt, at least. Because this is what I was trying to avoid, is he was, like, very sad state, like, I don't know how touchy it is on here, but, like, wanting to not live anymore, thinking that was the better option. I was trying to find a way to put it where it wasn't so dark and gruesome, I don't know, when you see stuff like that, just kind of stop for a second and let them know they're important to you if you run across them, but not all the time, you know what I mean? I don't know. We're in a weird time, maybe. I don't know. It seems like there's a lot of rumor or whatever. I guess I can kind of see it. But, like, where people fake victims just to, like, take, so I mean, be safe, but and not everybody's equipped for those situations. Sometimes the best thing you can do is just keep going. And even if you are the best person in the world for it, you come, that happens on the wrong, like a wrong day for you, a bad day, an off day. You might think this, whatever, but I just mean if somebody's out there watching this and they're like, that happened to me, I don't mean to rub it in. I'm just saying, awareness, think things out, take a second, think, put a lot of meaning into it, make sure, whatever you're about to do means something, and do it. And I mean, there's gonna be a lot of stuff you end up, needing to kind of figure out, but that's what it is. It's like, as a kid, you learn that, like Legos or something, whoops, name brand, my bad, but building assembly set material for children, it teaches you that you get an idea in your head and you can, bring it into real life. And that's one, it's a great thing to learn. Then there's learning how to do it, Anybody's seen a kid building some buildable material objects, knows, like you'll see a kid get frustrated, throw the thing across to anybody with a, you know, a dad or a mom who's been doing something, maybe threw it across, got frustrated, whatever, you get what I'm saying. Is that about to be my catchphrase? No, better not. I'll find a better one. I'm just, you know, kind of getting familiar with this. You guys, you with me. I don't know. I think I'll take you into town. I'll probably shut it off once I get like to the whole getting groceries and stuff. And then maybe I'll upload 2 videos. Like a walk back. Walk back's gonna be less interesting probably. Well, I don't know how interesting either of them are gonna be, but you know, it's up to you. I mean, it's up to me to make them, but you know, it's up if you think they're interesting or not. There you go. Check out here. Did you already see these ones? Was I showing you a good view? And there's some over here. Not too much snow right now. Kind of died down. Got some trees leaning though. Think I'll make it through. It might be still not. Oh no, I was messing it up. Looked like it was fall, but it wasn't. Not the big one anyway. Yeah, no, I don't really know, like, plans for this video thing. I don't know, I do everything, you know, like this is about, you know, this is just kind of like me here on my journey of life, you know, and it's cool to have some people with me, so thanks for watching, anybody who is. But, you know, I don't know if you guys like something, I don't know, and it ends up being able to like help generate, like build the channel. Like, I don't know, I like weightlifting, snowboarding, bodybuilding, martial arts, nutrition. Although, as much as you'll probably hear me talk about controlling cravings and emotions and all that, I give into them as much as the next guy. You know, giving into your cravings ain't always the worst thing, but being able to put the work into, you know, make up for it, whatever, and then it turns into a good thing. Because for me, like if you're thinking like food wise, I don't know, I have this kind of, the way I use my body, it doesn't really build fat like that. So I don't really have to worry about that. But there was one time when I was drinking all this protein and stuff, and I got big fast, but then I kind of slowed down on my output, energy output. You know, because if you think about the body, there's a real kind of simple formula that works for, and you know, this kind of smack in the face for my personal training, like profiting off of it at least. But it gives, you know, the people the power to do it themselves. And that is, you know, there's like a formula, you know, input versus output. You only got 2 parts there. It's pretty easy. Like, you know, pretty simple, keep track of. But then, you know, there's different ways to do it. There's with feel, like you just feel like you burnt it all off, you kind of learn how to feel your body out and stuff. And then there's like logic. I don't know, you know. I'm thinking like if you're going like logic versus creative or whatever, like opposites here. I think I lost you because I kind of lost track of my own mind or my own sentence there. But, and that'll happen with this because, you know, when I'm trying to explain it to other people, it, I gotta know, you know, if, like these are metaphors, sometimes not. It's a difficult thing. Most of the time, you just, the person I'm talking, or, you know, most people can just feel it out, figure it out. I mean, communication, right? I do over-explain sometimes. Sometimes I trip up, but it's just to be more well understood when you're a misunderstood person. But you know, when you get time to yourself, being a misunderstood person, for any of those out there, you know, any people that feel like that, kind of misunderstood, left out, whatever, because of it, take that time by yourself also to, like I said in the other video, get rid of some of those, you know, other people's thoughts and replace them with your own. You find out you probably like yourself a lot more than you're giving yourself credit for. You know, for anybody feeling that, you know, I've come across a lot of different kind of situations just walking through the world, you know what I mean? Yesterday, an upset, you know, younger guy, it's like, we're all fighting our fights, you know? Kind of like, you know, get back in the game type of stuff, you know? You know, so I just kind of tried to give him a couple words, like, you know, encouragement, whatever, something to look at, focus on. I told him be strong, but remember how strong he is. Like, as I walked away, told him, you know, I won't put that up there because it's not really open for like commenting on. This is what we got today. It's about snowing every day. I personally like. I do love that about, you know, this area, this state. 4 seasons. And where I'm at, you know, winter, you get a decent winter. And that, you know, when you're just living life, it's in your way, you know, I get that. Trying to drive and stuff, but when you're doing what I'm doing, I mean, this is a whole new theme to the world right now. You know what I mean? Like, it's beautiful. I got this cool snow smack, like drift, you know, dancing on my face. Inside, I'm pretty warm. Thanks to a lot of kindness from some people. This I bought. I don't know if these logos are gonna get me in trouble. That's I was trying to avoid the one over here, but this is like a heated jacket. I never turned the heater on. I haven't ever turned the heater on. Try to stay away from the word never. I believe it's like challenging the universe to try to change, you know, see if that's true or whatever. Because that's, again, actually I'm in the exact same spot, ironic or what, but omni-religion, like, you know, the universe being a part of God. I mean, it's what he uses to create. And, you know, I don't know, if you can get in trouble for this, talking about this, then that's pretty sad. Like using the G word, big G guy, whatever, I don't know. Because, like, there's the unit, there's everything, you know? It's weird how much resistance you get. but also from people, I don't know. I wish it would have been cool to have, if I could have had, I don't know, the confidence, whatever it would have been to start recording when I started doing this, because I've had this phone the whole time. But the situations you get in from the people who, ew, it's difficult, man. Because I don't want to cast no shade, you know. Everybody's, you know, practicing to be better at whatever, you know, it is. That's why you practice your religion, you know, you exercise your faith. How do you exercise your faith? Go into a situation you're afraid of, you know, have faith you're coming out of it. It's a good way to do it. No, I wouldn't recommend that for everybody, but, you know, there's ways to do it. I mean, it could be just getting on a roller coaster, you know. Check this thing out. I always think it's like an eagle. It ain't. It isn't. But yeah, I'm gonna start putting up a lot more videos. I don't know. You know, we'll see if you guys even want to see them. And I'll try to keep putting them up there. That'd be cool to get sponsors and stuff. Gear. A vehicle, dude. I'd like to have like a Bourbon. I know it's probably crazy to think, and maybe it can't happen, but like to squeeze a queen size mattress in the back of that baby. I always want to do it as a kid, and like everybody I see, they're doing those build your van stuff, or like, you know, mobile things. Everybody I see, that's probably even old now, but I don't know, it's always something I talked about. Never did it. But you know, find a way to do that. And I think that's not my ultimate goal, to live in a vehicle, but just be cool to do for a while with somebody even too. You know, just kind of keep it a little more interesting. I got my dog, but you know, that's obviously not what I'm talking about. And preferably a girl, you know, no, it's just more pleasant to spend that time with a female. But who knows, you know, whatever. I'm not over here like crying or like praying for nothing, you know. I guess you could pray for it. Why not pray for it? I just, whatever. One of those digging my own hole kind of things. There's like a little lake over here on that side. I don't know if you can see it. I can see it without standing up, but or like getting on even tippy toes. I don't know, what do you guys think? I guess I can't really get any feedback because we're not even connected to the internet or anything, but I guess I'm taking you with me. You might get some weird angles, it might put you down. I don't know, it's the first time I've ever tried to record like this in public, so I might get a little, you know, start getting a little weird feelings or whatever. People looking at me. Or not, or I'm just imagining it, whatever it is. How about that? Exercising the ability to sense chi, aura, spirit, you know, whatever you want to call it. Like emotional energy, or energy, I guess, that is affected by, it's almost like your energy is affected by your emotion or something. And you know, these, I don't know, these are some of the thoughts that I get told that, you know, they're not too agreeable with. But anyway, this is a channel where, or a show, TV, recording, whatever, little thing where, you know, I'm not judging really anybody, so I just look at cold hard facts, kind of try to learn things, you know, fact of a matter kind of thing. But also then there's my, yeah, I have my own personal emotional thing, but kind of try to detach when I look at, you got to. At least in order to get a fair judgment. Otherwise you're just kind of making it better for you and worse for everyone else. And that's where you could go to, like, the Bible. If you look at the story of Jesus, obviously controversial anytime you talk about this, because there's a lot of personal opinions, beliefs, and this and that. Well, it's made for everybody, so here's mine. But it teaches you how to be a king, a leader. If you look at Jesus, he put his people that he was in charge of, that people, his family, the people he loved, looked after, whatever, counted on him. He made sure that they always came before him. Like, you think of it like you're running a race. Well, he always made sure all his people crossed the finish line. And that's really the most important thing. It's not so much what place you come in. Say you all did it together, had a good time, But yeah, this is like town. I don't think you can get in like trouble for showing property or whatever. I'm not showing mailboxes, and maybe I did just there, that's why I said it. But again, I don't know, I'm learning this whole thing, and I know people say that sometimes you get in trouble for the weirdest thing, and I don't know anything, or I don't know everything. But if I thought I did, I wouldn't be able to learn anything, would I? I don't know, maybe this is like your grandpa's channel, a bunch of grandpa old catchphrases. At least right now, just kind of figuring it out. But I mean, right now is also like a lease. I don't know, it's kind of, it might be cool for somebody looking, but food supply was down. So like if I took these clothes jackets off, I'm not looking, no matter how much work you put in, and when you can't put food in, your muscles start, your muscles start getting smaller. Doesn't matter. And then there's a lot of different ways to build your muscles. Obviously, these are well known, like people talk about them. But like to build your body into the shape you want to build it into, it's like really interesting when you start playing with that and figuring it out. Because you see, you ever see them, obviously you probably have, but those statues in Rome or whatever, Greek, it's like a, a person with like a real strong body sculpted out of stone. Well, you kind of start realizing that you can sculpt your body into whatever you want it to be, and it's almost like anything, any good art, I mean any mind-blowing art, is that that's pretty cool. I just seen that orange glow. Sun's always hooking it up with great visuals. But I mean, you have the sun to thank for, visible reality. But, if there was no light, you wouldn't be able to see anything. And see how you got pupils? I don't know, this is just something fun to play with. It's probably like what person that's ever taken a trip of a mental or spiritual kind hasn't thought like this, but you know, your pupils kind of look like a black hole. And black holes do what? Absorb light. So the sun gives off information. Like if you break everything down into a singular understanding, everything's just information, right? And then you throw duality in, two-dimensional understanding, and then you have good and bad, right and wrong. But if you forget that for a second, two-dimensional understanding, then it turns into energy. You have potential and kinetic. Energy in motion, or energy being used, and energy at rest. Stored energy, and energy being used. But, you know, two. And then three-dimensional understanding, I don't know, you know. I'm not saying I figured it all out, I'm just saying, you know, I've noticed it, I picked up on it. Well, I mean, think about it this way. If we're perceiving a three-dimensional, well, because it gets tricky here. Like, you have light and dark, which is shading, right? So any color can be white or black. You know, this is where it gets tricky. You know, the lighter it gets, you can always make it white. You can whitewash a color, or you can black out a color. So, like, there is a point where shading overpowers color. And then you have like 7 colors in the rainbow. So is that 7 dimensions then imposed upon a 2-dimensional? But then the variation and in between creates a 3-dimensional imposed upon a 7-dimensional. But then those 7 dimensions can be mixed and matched and make new, you know, if you thought about it like that, like all life, all creations in life mimicking each other, or, you know, art expressing itself in a different way. Like building an art sculpture of stone of a person, symbolizing being built of stone. And, you know, well, here's where we were yesterday when it got interesting. I don't know. No one's there today. Like, this street has a very unique story for me. Like, on this little journey of mine, oh boy, we might actually have activity. Like, interesting, probably not, but my bad, doing some out loud thinking. I don't know what I'm saying. Hey, that's totally a snowboard just sitting there. That's pretty cool. Yeah, on the street I got jumped, and then by four dudes. I mean, it felt like getting hit by teddy bears. You know, it was pretty embarrassing for them, but yeah, I got up. Like, I didn't necessarily go down, but when I'm coming up, I just go start swinging. This guy pulls a gun out and then starts threatening to call cops on me. Yeah, right? Make that make some sense. Like, how scared of me are you, bro? Like, and that was all because he started a rumor too. Like, I don't even know what it was about. I don't know why he did it. That's the only thing. I never met the guy. Right there. That's the house. And then they started like lying too, I guess. I don't know. Like I said, dude, if I would have been recording longer, this would have made for some like really interesting, like you might actually been successful here. It might have been cool. Like you guys might have had something to watch. Hopefully you still do. But I'm just saying, it's gonna, dude. My life is that. It's like continuous craziness. I don't know. Random, just like I said, 100% of life happening. Like if it can't happen, if I keep recording and stuff, and this becomes like a possibility, there's gonna be a lot of weird things you'll see. Like I've talked to a lot of people out of, well, I don't know what I'm gonna say I talked a lot of them out of it, but there's been a lot of people that approached me and have been what appears to be truly emotionally stressed and talking about, you know, not wanting to be here any, you know, like life-ending style stuff. And like, it's just, I mean, granted, there was like the whole like, you know, global issue stuff that they say, don't say whatever. I'm trying to stay away from that. Like, I don't care about that argument. I mean, maybe care, but I'm just gonna stay away because like, I'm just sick of the bullshit. Bull stuff, man. I don't think I swore once on this one, but until then, but I don't know, I put it on 18 or older just so hopefully I could swear and maybe still profit, or at least have the occasional slip, you know, because this is supposed to be real. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying, obviously nobody's perfect, but like, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I don't think too many people out there are saying they're perfect or they got to prove that shit. You know, you better make sure nothing ever fails for you, ever. Has never failed. But, you know, I'm just saying, like, you get to the extreme of the definition of perfect. Yeah. Yeah. I'm almost to the stores. No events at all. You know what? I'm gonna go this way. It's gonna be a lot closer to the road. Cause like this is town now. There's actually like kind of a main road. I mean, I guess a highway. It's just like right here though, you know, you get some pretty decently chill time. It's more rare to get traffic. I don't know about that actually, but I don't know, sometimes it's so nice and calm that it's a road up here you can get by. It makes it seem like it balances out that way. Yeah, I guess that's why people got them selfie stick things. My bad, I just look way too ridiculous. I did not want to walk around looking like a damn doom buggy or something. Not that like, hey, it might be cute, you know, you see a girl walking around with one of them sticks, whatever, it might be cute, but like, I'm just saying, it's not for me. Maybe, no. I don't know, it might get more interesting. Or it's gonna get more interesting, obviously. But, not popping too crazy. How you doing? Yeah, you digging that light, huh? Yeah, I figured you would. That's why I had it like that. So like, there it is. Ah. Cha. Yeah, control the light and the dark. Alright, I'm gonna tap you out, do some groceries and stuff, watch it get crazy interesting. I don't know, I just don't, I mean, there's been some pretty dull moments in this anyway. Why not a pocket shot? Might as well, fuck it. Alright. Alright, you're going in my pocket. Hey, bud. Good, how about you? Do you guys have any deals on the marble glass? No. You too, brother. Yeah, I do a lot of pop bottle hunting and returning. Cheap enough smokes, you know. You can get by that way. It's not the best way to do it. There's got to be better ways. There is. I feel like for fear of, you know, there's a lot of people who are just terrible. Like, so I'm gonna stay away from like telling people exactly how to be like me, because some people are just jerks. They couldn't be trusted with some of the things I'm able to do. That said, I mean, everybody has gifts they wouldn't trust other people with. Right now, I'm actually currently trying to get 2 packs of smokes. I don't know if it's going to work or not. I don't know if I made it to what's it called, the appropriate amount of money, but but either way, I'm gonna get something, and then I'm gonna try to get something good for breakfast, like, because I don't have access to like a kitchen, and I know you'll probably think that if I would have done this a lot sooner, like again when I started this, you would have got me at a bad time anyway. Like, let's just say I stopped smoking cigs for a year, And that process was like intense. There's a lot of anger. And in this whole learning experience. And what I'm doing is improving myself and understanding and abilities and all these things. It's, it's not easy. So if you can do it on your own, so there you go again. There's another spot where I can integrate, my belief that all religions or beliefs that yield true results when put into practice. To Native Americans, I've heard that, because I'm not going to say I'm I didn't fact check all this stuff, but some of these things just seem a little too real. So at a certain age, I don't know, maybe it was Spartans even, but I do believe there's something about a Native American, rite of passage, spending time in the wilderness. At least in some tribes, you have to understand too that this would be a massive amount of tribes, that each tribe having a chief, and each chief meeting on behalf of their tribe to work together for the betterment of all tribes. Very, very sophisticated leadership skills here, from people from our ancestors that don't get always the gratification or the credit they deserve. I mean, you look at today, people say if the world goes to crap, they're gonna think zombies are coming and stuff. Well, these people, the world that you guys would have assumed was so terrible, those types of people, they were living in it like it was the Garden of Eden, I don't know, some of these things might seem really harsh. They're, like I said, they're just fact. They're just kind of fact of the matter. No emotional attachment when I'm speaking them. And they're just my own thoughts and opinions. So don't act like I'm writing this stuff in stone, because some people might get real upset. Some people are really looking forward to that. I'm not trying to ruin your parade or nothing. Or like I said, I'm not trying to judge people. Some things might come off a little more harshly. Oh, dude, have you ever heard of explosive meditation? I don't know if it's a real thing or if it's kind of something I invented, but it's the opposite of silent meditation and peaceful. It's where you get super pissed off and you just kind of vent and let everything out and run through it. It's definitely not for everybody, because if you can't control yourself, you could definitely start hurting people. You just lose, if you lose control, you lose control. And then, it's bad. So peaceful meditation, definitely the way to go. It's the safer, healthier. It's probably bad. It's probably pretty intense on my cardiovascular system to be getting all pissed off and stuff all the time and doing that. Sometimes just right in the morning. And I know people will be like, yeah, go to therapy, seek help. But that's the point, and what I do. I'm just saying, there's going to be, there's a name for everything nowadays. Instead of just figure it out. Figure out, and I'm not trying to, everybody needs help, and so, what, not trying to say negative things towards, needing help. You should if you need it. But I'm trying to find ways, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty strong mentally, physically, and emotionally. Basically testing my stability, I guess, if you want to call it that, in ways. But that's not the purpose. The purpose is to break limits, to become something I want to be. That's where, it'll be great, you can tell someone I'm scared, but I know what I'm doing, and I know it sounds crazy. Like, I'm trying to understand where you're coming from. If somebody thought I said, somebody tried calling me crazy, like, yeah, I get it. I understand your ability to think that. Do you understand my ability to want to try to make this happen? Like, becoming something even, greater than, human head. Right? Now that I've said it, you're like, well, I get where the crazy, yeah, it starts making sense. But like, that's why I kind of danced into it. Don't really just fall right in. Like, because your first, opinion on me might be that, unique, but you give me the chance. Once you hear that, that part, normally people just shut down. They're like, no, full on crazy, stay away. Well, my ability to dream beyond what is here, I've seen those white things on my face yesterday. I'll be hearing that for ever. Stuff there. It's just, dude, it's inevitable. You start walking out here, your mouth gets dry. When I don't carry nothing on me much, I would. But we're not talking about a guy who's had money here. Again, I found ways to get whatever. I found ways have found me. It's pretty interesting. It's like I'm in total cooperation, or the universe is totally there for me. The people are. There's been a lot of good people. A lot of bad endings to friendships and relationships. Sucks. Especially some really good, some of the best ones I've ever had. It was almost where I was pretty mad at the universe because it's a big old punch in the nose. Good thing I'm Broly, right? I was going to hurt too bad, but it definitely, it stunk. Whatever. Imagine you kind of I'm not getting into it, but yeah, this should start getting cooler, though. I don't know. The more I figure this out. Dang, an hour. I don't know. Does anybody got the attention span to watch this full thing? It's not too interesting either. I get it. But again, hopefully it does become a little better. Actually, the talking I could be doing is immense. Alright. A lot of Bible quotes were used against me in the beginning of practicing omni-religion, achieving my goals, basically creating myself a rebirth as Broly, as in I chose that name and it chose me. Because if I wouldn't have latched onto that and that wouldn't have been there for me to hold and seek my sights on, I might not have fought hard enough to still be here. And that might sound, what's that called? Exaggerated or dramatic. I just don't think either of those totally kind of get, I understand that it sounds whiny. But that's not the purpose. I'm not asking for pity, especially. The point is, what I'm saying is to understand that, I'm not, I have people who've seen just, I was 145 pounds. I'm 6 foot. I don't know. That's not so I have a rocket, a crotch rocket, and it's a 600. Point is, when I got on that at 145, that bike is totally way more, you know, bike. All of a sudden I'm not, like, there's nobody sitting on it. But there's a lot of like evidence that this all, like, I'm not, you know, making this up for nothing. And again, I wanted to start YouTube like a while back. It's almost weird saying it now too, because like if this does work, and like it really makes, first off, it makes me look like an idiot for not doing it sooner. Second, but then again, like I wasn't, you know, even though it's not like I'm like it. I'm tripping over my words. The point is, I might not have been whatever ready to be making it the right way for you guys back then. Maybe I needed to learn how to say this stuff a little better. You know, when you get mad to figure things out, you can hurt people, you know. Anger, it's a good motivation, but sometimes it pushes you too far. And sometimes maybe, you know, well, too far, you know, like doing something you shouldn't do. But it might make you stand up, you know, anger also makes you stand up for something you believe in. If you can control your emotions and you learn how to use them and keep a balance, learn how to listen to them. Because it normally just means if you're getting mad, something that means something to you is being ruined or, you know, under attack of some kind, in jeopardy. Usually have some good conversation ideas, so that's where that kind of, and it shows that like I'm not, you know, I'm actually out here doing something. Like this has been a journey, like and it's, you know, finally just getting started. Hopefully where like the good stuff starts happening as well as the bad. Threw my train of thought off. Because kind of like, you know, I'm up here. It's like, I know I'm not the first person, probably a YouTuber or 2 or 3 who's made it out here. But, you know, you always wonder, like, maybe I'm in a small enough to, well, not you always wonder. It's not like I'm in a bunch of small towns, but this one in particular, like, I'm wondering, like, if they're looking at me going, are them YouTubies finally coming up here? Whatever, you know, whatever them people say. Yeah, had some piercings. Tongue, lip, bunch on my ears. That's good enough. Don't wear them anymore. Started really focusing on fighting. Not necessarily, not fighting. Like I went around fighting. But I started thinking more about just being prepared always. And rings and shit, stuff. You know, it hurts worse to get hit in one of those. And then if they stab into you, and then like ripped out. You know, maybe scars aren't the worst thing to have, but scars. I got my fair share. We all do. I mean, if you don't, you ain't been living much out in the real world anyway. You know, so they're not always something to be so ashamed of. You shouldn't have to walk around shoving them in people's faces either. But I'm at the gas station. I'm gonna pocket you again. I'm just gonna keep it rolling. Like, You know, I understand you guys might dip out. This might get boring. Hopefully it doesn't. Just like, you know, maybe eventually I'll have service on my phone. And I'll actually be able to interact with people while I do this stuff. Figure out more directions to go, places to take this, things to do. Alright, I'm gonna pocket. I'm not sure if I have enough, and I have 1401 on the card, and probably have to rest some change. Is that okay? Okay. I'm trying to get the 2-pack marble 100 flat reds. Yes. 221.91. Should I do the card first?
We'll do cash first.
You as well. Couldn't have went better. Like, just almost perfect. A little extra. You know, better to have too much than too little. Just don't waste it. That's a big one too with this lifestyle. Waste not, want not. Came in pretty hot right there, huh? Yeah, like I had a lot to say. There is a lot to say on that. But you can still get rid of stuff. You can still get rid of stuff the right ways. Waste not, want not. Let's say food does go bad. And, you know, there are ways to use bad food, but let's say you're not about to do that. Like, that's something that's asking too much of you. You know, give it to nature. It's said that those who give to nature, nature gives back to. Goes back to the Native American ways. And the Native Americans really lived like, you know, you would expect people of the Garden of Eden to live. This will bounce around, and maybe it's annoying. Maybe I'll need to organize it a little more, because I would like to keep, you know, people around. If you guys find it interesting, like, I'm not going to change 100% on this. Otherwise, what would be the point of me doing it? You know, I'm pretty used to being told, you know, I'm not wanted around and stuff. I'm just saying, like, I know when to cut my heel losses or whatever. But, I don't know, right now, it's fun. So maybe that's what makes it better. I'm just doing it because I want to. Yeah, I'll probably get a lot of people touching on that too, you know. Show some signs of insecurity or something. No, I'm not insecure. I'm just, you know, honest that it could be, you know, this or that could make it a little better. But there comes a point where it's not me doing it anymore, you know. And, you know, maybe there's a lot of them that are already just, there's a lot of things on here that are already just about, you know, interacting with the person you're talking to, and I think that's cool. I like the interaction, like instead of being massive control of what I'm doing, more to be like kind of a pleasure if I was able to interact with, you know, you guys, an audience, have fans or some kind of stuff. Really be generating a profit would be pretty nice. Maybe talking about that's kind of foolish. Because, like, you know, if I'm doing this just for money, I'm not really doing it to, like, you know, I'm missing out on enjoying with the audience that supports me and enjoys, you know, my time and spending their time with me. I don't know. I'll say some things a little more deeply sometimes. I'm a pretty deep person, pretty creative, yet also logical in the same aspect. One second.